Hey everyone, Gurky here bringing you another Chaos Zero Nightmare video. So first and foremost, it's not every day, every month, or every year that we get a genre-defining game. This game actually takes the roguelite and card or deck building to a whole nother level. So I want to talk about some of the stuff that this game offers, and we're going to get the basic stuff out of the way first. So this is a deck building roguelike game. All right, it's basic stuff. You have your combatants. All right, these are your characters that you can use. All right, and then you have what's called partners, and these partners can be attached to the characters, and they offer stat increases, and then they have an ego skill. The ego skill is something that you can use in battle when you accumulate enough ego points. You have your simulation, which this is all your normal farming stuff. Growth, combatants, partners, potential, memory fragments, which is gear. And then you have a challenges section over here that allows you to go in there and farm some of the other materials that the game has to offer. There's, from my experience, there's two pieces of endgame. One is the Basin of Hyperspace, which has a system where you go in there and you complete 2 battles with 2 teams. And I have not touched the Dimensional Twilight yet. I'll end up going through here and doing that some stuff later. So you have in your missions you have story and battle missions. All right, so your story is your story. It's a very in-depth, dark story, very very good compared to all the other games out there. There's a lot of cliche stuff and some translation issues, but the story is very good. And then there's also battle stages. Basically, what you do is you go through the story, you level up, yada yada yada, go through the battle stages, and then at the end you'll have a promotion mission where you go in, you utilize everything you've gained, progressed, and learned, beat the battle station, the promotion mission, and then you'll be able to increase your level cap, which as of right now is 60. All right. Now, the crux of the game, the majority of the time that you're going to be spending playing this game are going to be in these 2 sections right here, Chaos Manifestation and Zero Systems. This is your roguelite mode. All right, as of right now, we have 5 different areas to explore: small, medium, extra large. And it's one of those modes where you go through and you have different routes that you can take. You move your characters up, and you can have battles, story missions, rest areas, things of that nature. Now, the cool part about this game, I believe, is the Zero System. You go in here in the Codex, and you can actually merge. I don't know what you're merging, but you can use your credits or these Chaos Orbs that you get. And it gives you 3 options. This is a legendary one with Passion. This is a rare with Passion and a rare with Void. Depending on the rarity, you'll get these these what do you call it, like buffs or debuffs. 2 elite spots added, credits obtained for battle spots decreased by 60%. But this is the mode where you go in and you basically build your character. You build them from scratch. They all start off with 4 skills, and then you acquire 4 more through epiphanies, and each skill can be upgraded, which we're going to get into in a minute. And this is where it takes this genre to a whole nother level. So let's go to combatants real quick. She's my most decked out character, like the most fun character to play. So we're just going to show some basic stuff real quick, because this gets pretty hairy. So you have your 4 basic cards up here, your starting cards, and your epiphany cards. You get the epiphany cards playing through the game after a battle, after an event or whatever. Okay, and then you have the save data. When you go through the roguelite mode, the manifestation, or the codex thing, you acquire cards, upgrade them, etc., etc. And then when you finish the map, you get to keep your gear, and your cards that you acquired are upgraded. All right. Now this is where it gets nuts. Okay, so you have 4 basic cards up here, right? Oh man, how do I get there? You gotta give me a second. I forgot how to get there. Alright, so card collection. So, Annihilation Shot. It's a basic card. 120% damage. Jesus Christ, how do I get in there? I better not have to redo this video. Cards. Yeah, I'm looking like a real idiot right now. How do I get in there and check the card information out? This is nuts. Epiphany occurs granting a new card. Oh, there it is, right there. Alright. So, the Epiphany cards. Alright. Why doesn't it... Anyway. Echo of Sorrow. It does 143% damage and it creates a Dirge Bullet. Dirge Bullet is a 1 cost. It does damage. When it moves to discard, it does damage to a random enemy. Epiphany. This is where it gets nuts. Each one of these cards has 5 different ways it can be upgraded. Alright? Actually, more. These are regular Epiphanies. You see the little, I don't know, the little yellow star thing? But there's 3 basically super Epiphanies, too. So, this one, over here, the first one creates 2 Dirge Bullets. This one just creates 1, but creates 2 in the discard pile, which is utilized with other skills. If a Dirge Bullet exists in the draw pile, discard 2, create 3 Dirge Bullets. And then this one creates a Dirge Bullet, and every single round after that, it creates one, right? So, Instant Judgment. 184% damage. If a Dirge Bullet is in hand, discard 1 and deal 100. 5 different ways. Each card has 5 different ones. Okay? And like I said, there's 3, I don't know what they're called, super Epiphanies. That all do something different to these cards. This is where the deck building is taken to like a whole new level. You can probably reclassify this game somehow as its own genre with how in-depth it is. And all of these cards, like, they can synergize. They can synergize with the other cards. Right? So, this one right here is my favorite one. This is called all other combatant cards in hand for each discarded create 2 Dirge Bolts. That's the current set I'm using. Yeah, all Dirge Bullets in hand gain retrieve, which means they can come back to you. Like, it is completely bonkers. And all of these characters are like that. Mika's your healer. This heals and gives you 1 AP, which allows you to use another point for a card. But this one gives 1 wave, which gives a bonus to healing, and after a certain amount of turns, it does something else. -2 stress. This one right here, super epiphanized. I don't even know what the word is, right? Or the source of water that the exhaust with 3 AP. Those are probably the 2 best. That -2 ally stress is extremely important during the roguelite mode. But it's just the amount of things that you can do. I don't even know how to see the super epiphanies. The one's called like a nihilium. So you have like a not a religious, but like a holy one. You have an evil one, and then there's a third one as well. Which, if we go over here to the save data, this one right here, I believe, is the holy one. I have 3 of them epiphanized or whatever on that character. Trying to see if I have one of the other ones real quick. Probably on Tressa. Oh, apparently not. But yeah, you go through. You basically build all of your characters up that you're going to use. Like in the story mode, completely awesome. We're going to talk about one more thing. I don't want to make this video, a 20-minute video. But this game does events right. Okay? So, the current event is for the unit Haru. She is on the rate up banner. She is actually nutty. I believe she has the highest damage potential in the game. It does, there is some build up to it, but she hits hard. So check this out, right? Let me go to the event battles. So what this game does is this game, for this event, there's some story that goes along with it, but it puts her in a team with other units and shows you how to synergize her with those other units. Look, over here, we got Cassius. When you go through here, look at use Questful House and Source of Water to repeatedly use Anchor Shot and Anchor Pointer to ramp up Anchor Shot damage tactic. Okay, we go over to the second one. Alright, now this is showing you how to use... I forgot her name. I'm not even pretend her name. And Mika. I think Mika's in there just because she's a healer. The tactic of creating multiple Anchor Shot, then granting recovery via Anchor Pointer and using cost 2 cards to trigger Heaven cards is a tactic. The Heaven cards are her cards. But it goes through and it shows you how to utilize her in all the different aspects of the game. This is Orlia. It's not one of those things where you just put a character in there and pick your team and go spank on people. Use Wind Charge and Lift Anchor to buff Anchor Shot, and use Anchor Pointer to raise critical rate of Anchor Shot for chained attacks. Like, who does this? Let's Cassius again. Wow, it's showing you a different way to utilize that. And they have different epiphany on the cards. Like, they're doing everything right in this game. I'm going to be extremely... Oh, look, I got a special daily attendance reward. I don't even know how to explain it other than, like, why aren't all the other games doing stuff like this? You're going to create an event where you just go there and you put it on auto farm, collect points, and then buy stuff from the shop. I mean, sure, free stuff is free stuff, but this game is very in depth. The amount of combinations that you can use with the characters, because you can use you can use Renoa, right? My favorite character. You can use her with almost every single character, and you can create different save data. So if you want to, like, customize favorites, like, boom, I make that my first favorite. All right, now I can go down here, and let's say I have a completely different setup down here, which I do. All right, this is I believe this was my Agony build to go with Tressa, and you can just change them around. Like, you can use the same 3 characters and have like 8-10 different types of play styles between those characters. It's nuts. Like, my play style with Renoa right now is producing mass amounts of dirge bullets, because what she does is when you end your turn, if you have any dirge bullets left in your card pile, she shoots them out at the end. And then one of her skills, like this one right here, plus 30 damage for each dirge bullet in hand. So you have 6, 7, 8 of those on there, you're doing an extra 210%. So you do basically 300% times 3. It gets nuts, right? And then this one right here, right, you can retain this, which means if you end your turn, it'll stay in your hand. You build up your dirge cards, and she gets bonuses based on how many turns she retains, how many dirge bullets there are. It's just absolutely bonkers how much stuff you can do with this game. Anyway, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I highly recommend this game. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Peace.